Okay. It's been a little while since I've had to use my camera, so might as well clean it off. Um, yeah, so this is my first video in a long time. Why I haven't really been filming is strictly because I've been writing. Um, and it's been winter, so that also adds a lot of complications. Like the weather's been very unpredictable, and my camera's not exactly waterproof, and so yeah, I'm not trying to not trying to ruin like the one thing I can film with. Um, but what I have been writing is I've been writing this, and this is why I've been gone for so long, and I've been waiting to talk about this since I was um, started writing it, and I've just been waiting until I was completed with the script that I currently came up with. Um, and I'm super excited to get it filmed. I can't start filming until the weather goes away. It's not exactly a winter film, and so I'm kind of waiting for the springtime, whenever the snow thaws, really. Um, but it's gonna be a film about it's a film about this young man who has a tendency to be an adrenaline junkie, and him just pushing his limits and just kind of getting crazier and crazier and just really going down this self-destructive path. And the film that I'm making as a whole, I want it to be a look, because I know in our culture, for some reason there's a over glorification of young men self-harming, whether that be smoking or doing a ton of drugs, or really just doing hyper dangerous activities. I don't know why that is, but it's very prominent in my age group, relatively, give or take a couple of years. But it's something that I've seen many people I know personally go through. Something I've gone through a little bit, and it's gonna be looking at that. It's gonna be showing those types of aspects, because I think that's something, I don't know, it's something that really interests me, because I just kept seeing it and I was like, well, this is an interesting topic to me. And so I kind of started to come up with this idea, and it's been growing ever since. And so I've just been writing that, coming up with that. Um, and so that one's going to be, it's going to be a full short feature film. So realistically, I'm thinking anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes long. Uh, and so that's gonna be cool. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to start filming that. There's a ton of post production things, or pre production things, I'm currently figuring out right now. And so while I'm figuring that out, I'm kind of just writing stuff down and learning as much as I can. I'm also vlogging today because I'm at the Sundance Film Festival. Um, it's sort of a surreal experience. I've always wanted to come here, and I've always wanted to participate in this festival. But I never have. I've always heard of it. I mean, I grew up in Utah, so it's something that I've always like. I knew it was in the wintertime ish, and it was a huge film festival. I didn't understand the scope of it. It's big. There are some big names here. Um, and so I'm really trying to soak up that experience and just kind of get fully immersed into all of it. And it's a really cool experience. I'm currently in an Airbnb right now. Very nice little place. If you're ever in Park City, highly recommend it. It's up on a nice overlook, and so you can see a lot of the city just from this Airbnb. Uh, the host is super nice, super great, super awesome stuff. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be here. I think a little later I'm gonna go take some. I'm probably gonna walk down Main Street. Oh yeah, and by the way, to get down to Main Street, which is where everything was, you had to go down probably a quarter mile of stairs. That was ass, not gonna lie. Main Street is beautiful. Just walk down Main Street and take some photos, get some cool videos, and just kind of really immerse myself in it. So that's what I'm up here doing, and that's what I'm doing. So guess I'll take you guys along, show you kind of what it's like, my experiences, and let you know kind of how it all unfolds and what it's really like, and just do an overlook at the festival as a whole. Earlier today, I went to a cinema cafe, and that was really cool. It was two directors who are currently in the festival. I forget their names. I'm butchering this, but they had some very cool insights, and changed a lot of the ways I kind of think about film, um, and changed a lot of the and answered some questions I had for sure. Um, Super interesting stuff. I have another one I'm going to tomorrow, and let you know how that one goes too. But in the meantime, I'll be seeing you. Yeah, here are some of the photos I got from Main Street, some of the videos as well. I'm not a professional photographer by any stretch of the imagination, but it's such a beautiful area that it's actually pretty easy to get good photos. Like if you're in Park City and you can't get a couple good photos, I mean, what are you really doing? It's just an aesthetic place, so it just looks good. On Friday, I actually ended up going to another cinema cafe. That one was super cool. I ended up seeing Jesse Eisenberg. You don't get to meet any of the people that talk or anything like that, but I got to go see Jesse Eisenberg, which was cool. Deborah Goranik, she's a really cool lady. I forget the other lady's name that was there, but just really cool. I mean, I don't remember much of what was said or specific details. I was I was just so sucked in and so uh, dumbfounded by the experience. Like, it was just so amazing to me. I just remember that it was kind of an out of body experience. And then on Saturday we ended up going, and well, Friday night, I picked up my cousins and we kind of just started to chill. That next day we all went to go see two movies, and then we saw one on Sunday. The two movies we saw on Saturday were Little Death and I think it's pronounced Cujo. It's spelled Kujo, but it's a Spanish film, and everybody in the film said Cujo. So we saw Cujo, Little Death on Saturday, and then on Sunday we actually ended up going and watching In the Land of the Brothers. Um, I, Up until the Sundance Film Festival, I had never really seen any world cinema outside of, Western cinema. I mean, I've seen a ton of Western movies, but I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 movies really from other countries, and they're still heavily influenced by Western media. Um, but when I saw these films, these world cinema films, one from Spanish, Mexico, and one from Iran, but over in the East, it was really eye-opening, because in Western movies, I'm used to seeing huge dramatic changes or these outstanding, just over-exaggerated plots, and that wasn't really the case, which is kind of odd. When I went to go see those movies, I kind of went into it with a Western mentality, with that whole, this is the hero and he's gonna kick ass. And that was far from the truth. They were both actually really grounded in reality, like very grounded in reality. They, all the changes you saw, all the interactions you saw are something you very well could see in real life. Very realistic. And it's at the end of the movies, I was expecting like some huge over the top, like, oh, the hero's changed because of this fight he had, or and in the end of both of them, they kind of end like normal change does, which is very slight. It's not like these world changing moments. And I'm not gonna lie, they both covered pretty heavy topics. So me and my cousins walked out of both of the theaters just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It was just super heavy, walking out because they covered some pretty rough stuff. But there was something about it, that like gritty reality. It was really good. I really liked it. Both those movies were good. I definitely liked In the Land of the Brothers way more than I liked Kuho. Kuho was good, but it just didn't resonate with me personally. I really did like the style, but the story I wasn't a huge fan of. Now, Little Death is super interesting. Little Death is about it's Western. It's Western film, so it's something I'm very used to. Starring Dominic Fike and David Schwimmer. I don't remember the girl's name, but it was starring those two people, and it was really cool because they won the Innovator Award since they used AI in the film. And I'm kind of opposed to using AI as far as screenplay writing, directing, everything created by AI. That kind of makes me uncomfortable because it's gonna suck the soul out of a medium and a genre and film that I really do enjoy. And so I'm kind of 50-50 about AI, but how they used AI in this movie is it was all imagery. It was written by a man, it was directed by the same guy, and it wasn't taking any jobs. And actually, because CGI artists are so over contracted right now, they are working way too hard and they can't keep up. And so instead of seeing CGI, we saw AI generated imagery and videos, and it was super cool. It was super cool. I loved how the story went. It had a really good subplot in the beginning, kind of highlighting and contrasting the later hero that you see. And oh, it is so good. It was actually so good. Little Death is one of my favorite films I've seen this year. Whenever it comes out in theaters, if it comes out in theaters, I'm definitely gonna go watch it again. Um, but all in all, the festival was amazing. It was something I couldn't have even ever imagined it being. It exceeded and then some all my expectations because I'd always known of it since I lived in Utah, but oh, it's just different. It's so cool being there with all these like-minded people. Like it's amazing. I couldn't trade that for the world. That experience was so cool. I would love to go next year. I might be too broke because it's not cheap. I will be honest, it is not cheap. But you know, it is what it is. I really wish I hope I could go next year, but if I can't, we'll be living life. Well, that's about it. Guess I'll be seeing you. Peace.